It'll be like this. I bid 25,000. Who bid 30? Two numbers. I bid 25. 30,000. 30,000, thank you. Now five.
Another hotel ballroom, another auction of foreclosed homes.
$99,000, 200, 225, 225 in the back, 250, 275, 300,000, 325.
Over the past 2 years, a company called the Real Estate Disposition Corporation has traveled around the country, auctioning off tens of thousands of foreclosed houses. Tonight, Salt Lake City, with nearly 20 properties on the block. The houses are sold as is. Their histories untold.
My dad's a dreamer.
We built the house. It was me, my wife, my 4 kids.
Take a look at the size here.
Item number 1104, an 8-bedroom, 3.5 bath on a corner lot.
Making some progress here. Started the second story. Those are floor joists.
For 7 months in 2002, Paul Furse and his family worked 6 days a week, sun up to sundown, building a home. They even filmed themselves hard at work.
It was between my 7th and 8th grade years. I got enlisted to paint the tar on the walls, on the outside. Why do we paint tar on walls?
Vapor barrier. Concrete's like a sponge.
So
water will go right through it.
I painted tar on the walls. We can never be like, oh, we don't really want to work today. It was like, no, it has to get done. We do what we. No, it's not an option.
Taking each of those little steps just filled me with a sense of, we can do this.
And there is your 2-foot wall.
Eventually, the brick and mortar, the wood and tar, became a home with lots of personal touches.
One day, Haley got loose with a spray can, black spray paint, and sprayed right there where I hang my tools, "I love you, Daddy," on the garage wall.
169, 170, 175, 200, 225.
The bidding begins on item number 1104.
Get back.
The family enjoyed their first Christmas in their new home. But over the years, a series of business deals went sour for Mr. Furse. He found it increasingly difficult to make the mortgage payments.
Living in the house at that point, just each day became progressively a little harder. And the house was the burden.
$260,000, $250,000, $250, who gets $255?
So I was working really long days, a lot of stress.
They lost the home to foreclosure, but continued to live in it, paying a rent that was even higher than the mortgage, hoping to find a way to buy back their home.
And we were falling even further behind. We were running up credit cards again.
Everybody's happy.
And one night, the guys who owned it came to us with an ultimatum. They said, look, we need an offer in, or we're going to have to evict you.
$280,000, third and last call.
We didn't give them a chance. That was a Friday. We moved out on Saturday.
Sold subject to at $275,000.
All right, folks, take a look another.
And the day that my dad told us that we were leaving was the first time I ever saw my dad cry. In front of me.
You weren't supposed to bring that up.
The family moved into a modest rental home. It's a 3-minute drive from the house they had built.
I've driven by it a couple of times, but I've never gotten out of the car. There's a lot of number of sleepless nights over this place.
It took 7 months for Paul Furse, his wife Terry, and their 4 children to build their home. It took less than 5 minutes for the house to sell at auction.
Thinking that house, building it, was a growing experience, losing that house was just as much or even more of a growing experience. You know, the home doesn't make the family, it's the family that makes the home.
The 2 investors who bought the house paid $275,000 subject to a bank's approval. They say it needs some work.
We put a lot of emotion into it as well as labor, and it didn't work out.